Greetings! I'm Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! It's time to continue our discussion on 5th edition. It's time to continue our discussion on backgrounds in 5th edition. We talked a little bit about them last time. I introduced a bunch of them. We're going to talk about 4 more today. So let's just dive right into it. We'll talk about the Guild Artisan. Now, Guild Artisan means that you're a skilled artisan who learned as part of a guild. You probably apprenticed under someone, you gain the support of the guild, and eventually have become a master of that craft in your own right, of some kind of thing that you can make. You're a master craftsman at this type of object that you've learned to do. Now, the skills you gain proficiency are insight and persuasion. You gain proficiency in artisan tools of your choice. Of course, it's going to be whatever craft you're good at. You get a language of your choice, and of course, you do get the tools of your trade and a couple other items of equipment. Now, there are 20 groups of guilds listed in the book that you can either choose from or roll on. Most likely you're going to choose from it. That seems more logical for this one at least. But again, your GM might want you to roll on it and sort of be random, or you might want to discuss with your GM to have a custom one of your choice. Now, you get the ability Guild Membership. What does Guild Membership do? It does a couple of things for you. You can get free lodging and care from members of your guild. Meaning if you find someone that's part of your guild in whatever town you are, you can go to them and they'll give you lodgings and food for free. It also means if you're in a town where there is a guild hall or some kind of meeting room related to your guild, you can go there and you can get help from them in various ways. They can help you in local situations. Guilds have a lot of political power, meaning you get them behind you and get their help in various circumstances. Now, the big drawback for being part of the guild, even though it gives you all these things, is they have dues. 5 gold a month that you have to pay them to maintain membership in the guild. If you get behind, you'll have to pay them back in order to get on their good graces again. Now, there is a variant to the Guild Craftsman, the Guild Merchant. This means rather than being a craftsman yourself, you're a merchant, you're a trader, you're someone that buys and sells stuff, but is part of the guild still. There are guilds that live up to this. There are shopkeepers that will do just this, that are parts of these guilds. Then the next background you can choose is a hermit. A hermit means you've been living a life of seclusion. Either if it's in a secluded community or all on your own, you've just been living alone for a large portion of your life. Now, the skills you get proficiency with are medicine and religion, and you're proficient with an herbalism kit for a tool. And you get 1 bonus language of your choice. And of course, you get a little bit of equipment based on your life as a hermit. Now, they have a list of sort of the reasons why you went into seclusion. There's 8 of them, and again, like all the other things that give you these lists, you can roll on it, you can choose it, you can discuss it with your GM to come up with something that fits under this purview that's your choice of your own. Now, the ability you get for being a hermit is called discovery. It means you've made some kind of major discovery about the nature of the world, the universe, some kind of secret, something that you came up with during your seclusion. Now, the nature of what this is and how it pertains to the game is up for you and the GM to discuss. The GM will say how it pertains to the game you're playing and how it works in this world. But you will discuss it with him, you'll kind of come up with it, and you'll determine your discovery. Next, we're going to talk about the noble. The noble, of course, is a rich person. It's a noble. It's someone that has a title. It's someone that's got land. It's someone that might levy taxes against the people. You're a noble by birth, and now you become an adventurer by choice. Now, the skills you're proficient with are history and persuasion. You get proficiency in 1 gaming set of your choice, and you get an extra language. And of course, you get some equipment. Now, the special ability you have is position of power. You're in a position of power. You're a noble. You can get commoners will try their best to look after you and accommodate you. You might be able to go into someone's home and they might give you food and drink if you're not near an inn or something. Or if you go to an inn, you could probably get some help there for free because they don't want to anger you as a noble. Now, this also depends on the area you're in. If you go very far from your own kingdom, your noble title might not mean as much, but in an area close to your homeland, or generally would know about your homeland, you'd have some important information there because you have proof that you're of this noble blood, and they would just be convinced by it. And it's really hard to forge, so of course they're going to go along with it and know you're a noble. Now, there is a variant on the noble called the knight. The knight loses the position of privilege ability and gains the retainer ability. A knight is basically a lesser noble. It's probably the least level of noble there is out there. And as retainers, you get a number of sort of followers that aren't willing to really fight for you. They're just people that come along with you. They're not fighting for you. They're not trying to get into danger, but they're there to help you. It could be some manservants, things like that, a squire, anything of the sort. Now, the last one for today is Outlander. You grew up in the wilderness, in the wildlands. You're a nomad, an explorer, a hunter. You've kind of got that background of where you existed from. Now, Now, the skills you're proficient with are athletics and survival. You get proficiency in a musical instrument of your choice in one language, and of course, equipment as usual. Now, there's a list of 10 origins that tell you what kind of background as an Outlander you had in the past. And again, it's the same way. You can choose it, you can roll it, you can get DM's choice. Now, the special ability you get as an Outlander is called Wanderer. As a Wanderer, you know a good number of things. First off, you've memorized a lot of maps and knowledge about the general terrain you travel in, and geography. So that means you would know about landmarks, terrains, towns, you'd know where to find them, you wouldn't have to look at a map to find any of these places, generally speaking. The other ability it gives you is that you can find fresh food and water for yourself and up to 5 people while you're surviving in the wilderness, meaning you're very good at surviving out there in the wild. So that's it for the backgrounds for today. There's still a few more to go over. I'll finish them up next time. So if you have any questions about these backgrounds, about backgrounds in general, 5th edition, leave them in the comments below. We'll try to discuss them. I'll try to answer any questions you have. Please subscribe to the channel, join the Empire, show your support by becoming a citizen. Like this video if you're already a citizen. It means you enjoyed the video and that you enjoy what I'm doing. Please share it then. Share it with people you know or anybody you think would learn from this or other videos. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.